Have you ever worried that you might not have talent, so you should quit now and not waste time? Or maybe you started doing a drawing and worried that it might not turn out great. Or maybe even started drawing a line and while drawing it worried that it was the wrong line or it would go wrong. And we're going to address those questions and the impact they can have on our drawings in this video. Hi, my name's Kenzo and this is Love Life Drawing. If some of those questions resonate with you, then I really know how you're feeling and I know how hard it can be to overcome some of those anxieties. But the good news is that once you start to realize that you're thinking that way, you can start to overcome it. And when you start to overcome that way of thinking, there's this potential for huge strides forward with your drawing, not just enjoying it more, which is great, but actually improving your technique. So the first step is to start to identify these thoughts and what they really are. I've actually been grappling with an anxiety problem that flared up last year, completely separate to art and drawing. And it was really hard at first, but with some dedicated practice, I started to develop new skills to manage it. And the first thing I had to learn was that some parts of my mind, in its misguided attempts to protect me, can actually cause a lot of damage if I don't regulate it. And in fact, a big proportion of worries aren't about real problems and can be safely let go. And the anxiety disorder had nothing to do with drawing and art, but this new ability to identify these useless worries had a side effect on my drawing. I started to realize that I had all these pointless thoughts while drawing. What if I have no talent? What if this drawing turns out bad? Won't that mean I have no talent? What if this line is the wrong line, or it goes off course and then it becomes wrong? It'll make the drawing bad, and then that might mean I have no talent. What if other people don't like this drawing, or they think I'm a fool for trying to learn to draw? Why are my drawings not like the ones in the demonstrations and tutorials, the ones I'm seeing on Instagram? Now notice that all those questions are what if questions. These aren't real things that are happening to us that we need to do something about. These are doubts that our imaginations have come up with. It's our brains trying to protect us. It doesn't want us to be ridiculed. It doesn't want us to waste time doing something that we might fail at. However, these are really extremely misguided because these negative thoughts and doubts themselves are the biggest threat to our success. They can stop you practicing, which is obviously a disaster. It's the end of the road for your drawings when you stop. Or they can make you try to take control of the outcome of all your drawings and every line you draw. Now, I don't know about you, but if someone said my drawings looked really controlled, I wouldn't take that as a compliment. Now, it's useless for me to say, don't worry about how your drawings turn out, because you can't really turn worry on and off. But what you can do is change how you respond to the worry. I know that to develop a new drawing skill, I'm going to need to do at least 100 bad drawings trying to get to grips with it. So my first goal is 100 bad drawings. And then when the thought comes up in my head that the drawing isn't looking good, I just try to accept that outcome. Cool, it's going to be one of my 100. It's helping me get to my goal. Now, worrying about a line is a great way to make sure it looks tentative and just not very good. If you go for it with a risky approach, it could still turn out bad, but it has that chance of being good. Letting go of control is your best chance, so let's make the goal to do lines that could be bad, and then accept any worry that you feel. Go for that risky, expressive line. Now, this is the one that a lot of an artist's anxiety comes back to. What if there's this innate ability to draw, this magical thing coded into some people's DNA that I don't have? All this practice would be a waste of time. And when you're learning to draw, your drawings can look so far from the drawings of great artists. it's really easy to start worrying about this. I grew up surrounded by artists and I saw behind the scenes of their progression. So, as an example, my brother, he's now a super successful art director for a computer games company. And he did have some special talents that I saw. He had the talent to keep practicing day after day. He had the talent to continually push himself out of his comfort zone in order to get new skills. And he was open to feedback. So my first question to you is, are you willing to put in the hours of practice that you need to? And the other question in terms of innate ability is, do you find some things visually beautiful? Do you see some paintings or natural phenomena, urban scenes, people, objects, whatever, and find something visually interesting in them? I think you do, because otherwise you wouldn't care about art and you wouldn't be watching videos like this. So you have a point of view, you have a sense of visual beauty, and that sense is the special innate thing that you need. The ability to start to see that better, to understand it more, and to capture it on paper, that comes through the deliberate practice. So let's embrace uncertainty, believe in our own visual sense, and most of all, believe in the power of consistent practice. So before finishing, I just wanted to quickly say, this is a video about the anxieties that can get in the way of our artistic progression, but I'm not a mental health professional and we're not really talking about anxiety disorders and that sort of thing. If you have something like that that's disrupting your life, go and talk to a professional or someone that you can trust, because there's all this stigma attached to talking about that kind of stuff, but there really shouldn't be. So anyway, thanks for watching.